An old man sits alone on a prison island. The Roman Empire thinks his voice has been silenced. The Book of Revelation.
Revelation isn't just about the end. It is not what, and message about power, loyalty, and the ultimate defeat of evil. Let's unbook of Revelation.
The Book of Revelation is usually associated with a single, terrifying image: a pale horse riding out of the smoke, followed by multi-headed beasts, falling stars, and the fiery end of the world. These intense visions have turned the text into a symbol of pure, cryptic terror, the most frightening book in the entire Bible. But we find a much more grounded reality in the first century. The author, John, was an old man exiled by the Roman Empire to Patmos, a barren, windswept island used to silence voices that threatened the state. According to John, his life changed on what seemed like a typical day. The sky tore open, and a voice like a trumpet commanded him to write down a vision of the end of time. Reading these words as a simple horror story misses the point. John wasn't writing to terrorize his readers. He was revealing a specific, hidden logic behind the chaos of human history. We can see the specific structure of this judgment in the math. When the first 7 seals of the scroll are broken, the resulting disasters, from war to famine, are strictly limited, affecting exactly 1/4 of the earth. The intensity increases with the next wave, the 7 trumpets. Here, the destruction scales up to precisely 1/3 of the trees, the seas, and the fresh water. By the 6th trumpet, the scale becomes catastrophic. An army of 200 million demonic horsemen is unleashed from the Euphrates River, sweeping across the land to bring ruin to a world already in crisis. But the true horror in John's text is the human response. Even as the heavens fall, the survivors refuse to repent. They remain locked in their cycles of violence, theft, and the worship of their own creations. These escalating fractions, moving from 1/4 to 1/3, show that these plagues are not random acts of cruelty. They are controlled limits. By leaving the majority of the world intact, the text frames each disaster as an increasingly loud warning knock, offering a final chance to turn back before the window of time closes. This global crisis allows a dragon and a multi-headed beast to rise from the sea, demanding total allegiance and worship from every nation. This system is enforced through the number 666, the mark of the beast. The text describes this mark as a total economic filter. Without it, no one is permitted to buy or sell a single thing. This creates a binary choice for every person on Earth. You can bow to a corrupt, totalizing empire to maintain a comfortable life, or refuse the mark and face starvation. While most choose the security of the beast, John sees a group of 144,000 faithful who refuse to compromise. They endure the crushing pressure of the state, choosing their integrity over their survival. By linking the act of buying and selling to moral allegiance, John reveals a universal truth about human agency. Participation in a corrupt system is never neutral. It is a daily, active choice to prioritize personal gain over the preservation of what is right. The final 7 bowls of wrath bring this cycle to a close, resulting in the absolute fall of Babylon, the symbolic center of all human greed and pride. The merchants and kings of the earth weep as the smoke rises, but their tears are strictly for themselves. They are mourning the loss of their wealth and the sudden, permanent severance of their global supply chains. With the systems of greed destroyed, the heavens open. A rider on a white horse descends through clouds to establish absolute truth and justice. The legendary Battle of Armageddon turns out to be an anticlimax. The moment the rider appears, the beast and the dragon are captured and cast away. There is no long, drawn-out struggle. Truth simply prevails. This effortless victory exposes the inherent fragility of any system built on deception and oppression. In the face of absolute justice, the most powerful empires in history collapse instantly. As the smoke clears, the old world of pain and monsters vanishes entirely, making room for something brand new. A new city, the New Jerusalem, descends to earth. It has no temple and no sun, because the presence of God fills the space directly, illuminating everything with absolute clarity. This is the resolution of the entire story. God lives among humanity, personally wiping away every tear and ending the cycles of death and sorrow forever. John wrote these specific visions to real, persecuted people in cities like Ephesus. He was sending a direct message of comfort to believers who were currently suffering under the boot of a seemingly unstoppable empire. Every strange and terrifying image in John's vision leads to one conclusion. It serves as a definitive promise that no matter how dark the world becomes, evil is on a ticking clock, and it will never get the last word.
Revelation ends with a promise. No empire lasts forever. No darkness reigns forever, and no tear is forgotten. Thank you for watching The Bible Unfolded.